I like seeing people hold people accountable. We're over here beating Robin and Cody like they're a dead horse over here. We trying to get lemonade out of rotten lemons. Okay? Let's go ahead and address Meri and her abuse allegations today. Oh, yes, because Meri ain't going to address it. You already know she's not. But look at here. Meri will sit here and make excuses in earlier seasons of her abuse. Meri addresses it. She's like, I know I look abusive and feel abusive. And then she'll cry about it like Robin cries now. Isn't it ironic? Before we get into all this, because you know there's something about Meri and we're going to uncover it today. Before we do, welcome back to my channel. I don't know how you got here, but I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, stick around and subscribe. Hit that notification bell besides subscribe. Make sure it's set to all so you'll be notified whenever I upload. A fan took to Reddit to bring up this point since Meri Brown, even though she has a quote-unquote life coaching scam, in my opinion, it's a scam. Because Meri has failed to acknowledge the multiple people and the multiple allegations of her not only just being mean and cruel and abusive. Okay, she ain't not one time addressed it. Nor has she addressed the catfishing situation, but she had the balls to sit there on a live, most recently, her live with her friend from, she's known since birth, Amber. And they was trying to brainwash Meri's followers. Meri said, oh, the only reason I stayed is because I was loyal. Meanwhile, us fans out here was like, who was you loyal to, Meri? The catfish? Because you still ain't talking about the catfish. Your ass was catfished. You got involved, and you was emotionally involved. We all heard the voicemails. We all seen the dirty graphic pictures of Meri sucking on a banana, that you sent, and it leaked out to the catfish, Meri. So how loyal was you, Meri? I mean, worthy up, girl. Worthy all the way up. Meri Brown should be embarrassed, in my opinion. And she just keeps on and keeps on. It gets worse and worse. It's like the train wreck that never ends. I mean, literally. So, shout out to this fan who took to Reddit and posted Maddie and Gwen calling Meri out for abuse. At this point, Meri has been accused of abuse by Maddie, Gwen, Mykelti, and Padron. Padron made it clear that he couldn't tell the full story of her abuse because his parents rely on the show income, and being completely honest about Meri might hurt that income. That's likely the reason Maddie deleted her tweets, and Mykelti claimed she didn't remember Meri physically assaulting her, as Gwen reported. Meri is protected to a degree by the income the family earns from sister wives, which may be taken off the air if the abuse allegations are significant enough. This clearly isn't a situation of Meri being upset about Janelle's first husband, or a situation of her being a disciplinarian, or a situation where her victims aren't credible just because they're reporting something others don't want to hear. Ooh, child, these people, my people. What I found really interesting about looking at Maddie's tweets again was that she pointed out that Meri is the aggressor, yet plays the victim. Child, I know so many people like that, and I know you do too. That is so true. Just compare that to how Meri signed over being called out for abusing Janelle at the start of the marriage. She clearly tried to twist the situation as though she was the injured party because bringing up her wrongdoings hurt her feelings. Oh, 351 comments at the time of me recording this video. Yeah, in just a short period of time. Now let's go through the screenshots, okay, because they brought the receipts. Maddie posted this, or did you hear me? Twisted. She twisted, yeah. Maddie tweeted back then, Try being scared of someone your whole epping life, and she plays like she's the one who's hurting. She was a monster. Now she's attacking one of the few safety nets you had. No, check again. You can't subtweet shit and not expect retaliation. Loyalty goes to those who are always kind. Woo! There is nothing like dealing with an abusive human your whole life and finally having the freedom to not have anything to do with her. Okay, now this was Gwendlyn, okay? Hey, maybe a quick summary tonight. Just general thoughts and an actual video tomorrow. I'm sure this will be a difficult video, so keep your mental health a priority. That being said, have you perceived Meri being abusive? Gwendlyn said, she was scary as a kid, but she never attacked me. And I only saw her violent once. That was a long time ago. Then Melissa said, Peyton has mentioned many times how abusive Meri is and how others do not like her. But you talk highly of her, Gwendlyn. Was she nice to some of the kids and not others? Gwendlyn said Meri had moments where she was rude and scary, but I don't remember her getting physical with anyone except for Mykelti, and that was only once. And I believe that everyone deserves a second chance. Gwendlyn, well, you over calling Peyton a rat bastard because he hit you once when y'all was a kid. But you believe people deserve second chances? Okay. Peyton is hypocritical for calling Meri out on her, on her violence while ignoring his own. He was and likely still is the most violent one in the family. Girl, well, I thought everybody deserved second chances, Gwendlyn. See, Gwendlyn is the hypocrite. Let's go back. Gwendlyn just said everyone deserves a second chance. Peyton is a hypocrite. Because he hit you, girl. Anyway, this screenshot from clearly back in the day. Look what the hell Meri has on. Robin still dresses the damn same, in my opinion. Janelle still dresses the same. But anyway, all right, back to the screenshot. That Janelle feels like I abused her. This was Meri talking. In our relationship in the beginning. And then look, tear. Maybe that's where Robin learned. It was, to me, it was an issue of I was raised in a way that I could say how I felt and how I could say what I wanted. But Meri, you just said you've always been silenced, even as a kid and a childhood. In your childhood, you was always taught to be quiet. Meri just said that. Remember that. Now look, her words are coming back to bite her in the ass. I'm telling you, people, when you lie, it will catch up with you, especially when you're on national television. Meri, you right here saying, I was raised in a way that I could say how I felt and I could say what I wanted. Well, hell, you just said that you felt silenced. Then don't worry. We're going to go pull that up. Let me just go pull it up right now, okay? Hold on. Hold on a quick second. Lord knows I'm going to need to come with receipts since everybody on God's green earth on Reddit says I'm not reliable. So let me go ahead and throw it on up here. Meri just said, March 20th, okay, silence. Growing up in a plural family in the 70s with a dad on the police force must be silent. Look, must be silent. Being silenced and small was normal. Girl, really? Look, this was Meri. I won't be silenced anymore. Okay, yet hold on a minute. I was raised in a way I could say how I felt and I could say what I wanted. What happened to silenced, Meri? Who is paying Meri to... Y'all don't start with me. Y'all better get up out of Meri's scam and brainwashing situation right now. Look. She said that ended up looking abusive and feeling abusive. Look at these two. Their faces are our faces as fans and viewers of the show, in my opinion. Let's get into these comments, okay? Come on now with it. Come on with it. I like that Gwen also called Peyton out for being violent I like that I call Gwendlyn out on being a hypocrite, and you should too. Because she just said, literally, everybody deserves second chances. Peyton's a hypocrite. Okay, girl, bye. Gwendlyn has also spoken how Cody hit them hard enough to leave marks. This was clearly a household where physical abuse was normalized. Mykelti implied that stopped after Robin. Gwendlyn's response was balanced and agreed that tends to make a person seem trustworthy. Can't talk today, can I? Trustworthy. Is it Friday yet? Only Tuesday? Wonderful. Let's be real. They all spanked their kids or worse. They struggled in poverty like most FLDS families with too little food to eat. Their multi-family house was dirty and not maintained. Kids taking care of kids. This is the inherent problem. This is the inherent problem, this polygamy. I think they meant in polygamy. Everyone wants resources for their child or children, and there's never enough. I imagine Meri being a control freak, and the chaos that ensues from having multiple children around can be too much, especially if she only has one child, and so it's easy to keep them contained and everything in order. I understand both sides. I think Meri was just kind of mean and cold to the kids. Truly, I think Meri struggled with the lifestyle, and she likely had a miserable demeanor because she was miserable trying to get Cody's attention. The second chances comment kind of speaks volumes, though. I think over time she's grown a lot. She's so loving with Robin's children. I do feel bad that she wanted more kids and the other wives were popping them out while she couldn't. I can't imagine that kind of pain. But sad that she took all of her frustrations out on the kids. Totally agree. Janelle's face in pic 8 is pretty telling. And Robin crying out of here. And Cody with his idiotic serious reflection face. Whenever the wives talk about something difficult, I think Meri didn't appreciate the fact that Janelle used to be her sister-in-law. And Meri can be a very direct B. She's militant about certain things, and Janelle's a bit too laid back. Not to mention, she isn't the most tidy compared to Meri. And then the fertility issues. I could see Meri being mean on purpose. I think Maddie's view might be a little skewed because of what happened with her mom, but I don't know. Meri is labeled as abusive because she is direct. She doesn't tolerate BS, and she was the only one actually enforcing and parenting the children. It is a bunch of BS. They use the word safe constantly. Agree on the overuse of the word safe. Janelle cheated on Meri's brother with Meri's husband, then tried to marry Meri's husband on Meri's birthday. Honestly, can any of y'all say you wouldn't beef with Janelle in that scenario? If you say you wouldn't, you're lying. I think of Meri as a wounded animal. I guess I could think of her that way. Absolutely. Good point. Meri's a wounded animal. Everyone in the family took shit out on her because the family deemed it okay. I don't see it like that. Meri ain't no victim. Let's quit making her a victim. For me, the biggest sign that Meri is not this abusive monster is her good relationship with the well-adjusted kids like Logan. Now, that is a good point. Meri does have a good relationship with Logan. Well, she did like a few years ago or whatever. But I will say this, okay? Logan is the oldest, is he not? So he might not have been around or might not have witnessed what other kids experienced or witnessed. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just saying. Right. Also, Peyton is openly sexist and racist. God, they're talking about his recent cameo that was all over the place. We done discussed. Go back in my videos if you have not seen that. You don't know why she was labeled as abusive. You weren't there. And you weren't... Well, none of us are there. That's why we're here talking about them. Duh. My guess is she spanked Mykelti. Oh, good Lord. Do we really need this exact same conversation weekly? Yeah, because we're in... Yeah, Noodle Needles, yes, we do need this conversation to keep the interest up for this show to continue. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a fan group to go discuss this show because they wouldn't be a show. Ooh, people don't like it because I keep it too real. I'm just saying, if you didn't have stupid storylines from the past to discuss, you wouldn't have nothing to discuss right now because there ain't no new things to discuss. And remember, we ain't there. Let me get up out of here, okay? Y'all, I'm going to need to know what y'all are thinking. Mainly about Meri having a whole worthy up situation where she's charging people to tell them to worthy up. Okay? She's telling them how to be successful in life with their like, you know, loving themselves. Like, what the? Why are you charging people to begin with? You over here claiming, I want to help people. Well, you should help people for free, Meri. And by the way, Meri, why don't you address that catfish and that emotional affair you had? That's the reason your husband didn't want nothing to do with you no more. Yet you sitting here like, well, I don't know what happened. Hell, we all hollering what happened. Go back and watch what season was it. Okay? You had the emotional affair. If Cody done that, let's keep it real, people. If Cody done that to Meri, oh, good Lord, we'd be holding him accountable, would we not? Then we gonna need to hold Meri accountable. Meri out here charging people to tell them how to live their life. Meanwhile, she had an emotional affair that she has failed to mention. Also, she ain't mentioned these allegations either. Like, if you want somebody to worthy up, why don't you publicly address it and try to resolve the problem? If somebody out here publicly saying I'm abusive, I'm going to publicly address it. Girl, get to the bottom of it. But the fact that Meri won't publicly have a conversation about it publicly speaks volumes to me. I'm going to need y'all to publicly share this video and like it. And don't forget to subscribe. And meet me in the comments below. I love you for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video or in the comments below. I know your fingertips are itching. Get on in them comments.